Hello friends, welcome back for some more Unwanted Ones. As it has been stating for half a dozen episodes now, we are still almost over for the war between the noble houses. In particular, we are fighting for House... Actually, I don't remember who I'm fighting for anymore. I think it's this house up here, Berengar, but we are definitely against House Vegman. I do remember that. Yeah, I keep using Mulchberg as my HQ, I guess at this point, my resting point, and just totally forgot. I'm pretty sure I'm fighting for this house though, so. Anyway, you guys at this point know just a little bit of the backstory here. Let's dive into this. I do have a couple level ups. One for Mogans the Hunter. He's catching up, which is pretty good. Let's give him Bow Mastery. That's great. And we'll... Ooh, +5 here. We'll go for that 4. And I guess... it doesn't look like I've been going for initiative. Let's keep going for the hit points, I guess. If there was a 4 here, or even a 3, I would take it. But let's give him some more hit points. Make him beefier, right? And then Samson, the best. Still alive, still kicking. And he has reached level 12. Very exciting. This means, you know, we still can't pick a perk. I believe at 15 or 16 we can pick another perk, if I understand Legends. I'm not sure if that's something else that I'm thinking about. I'm pretty sure that anybody, when they have 5 extra levels, so it might be 16 over the 11th, that they can get another perk. But if they... Is it every 2 or maybe 3, if it is the... usually has like a king piece, like a chess piece right here. If it's the lone wolf or something like that, then they will continue leveling up every other, something like that. But I believe that you'll always pull a +1 like this. You'll never roll again. You'll just always take... a +1 across the board. So I think we want to continue with his defense, and let's keep going for fatigue. I think so. We'll do something like that. There's a couple changes I want to make. One, I remember back some time ago, Uck had some trouble seeing in the dark, so I'm going to give him a different helmet. It needed to be as close to 145 as possible because he has matching set. So I played around with this and got as close as I could. 140 is where we're going to be sitting. And then I found a couple of these from the Fallen Heroes, I think. I wanted to just give Forian something like that. I think it looks cool. We definitely don't want to give him this. That's going to reduce the vision quite a bit, but honestly it doesn't cut down as much as it should. I've lost it. Oh, it's actually... Oh, they're 2 different layers. Interesting. I did not know that. But 9 vision, I don't think he can actually shoot 9 away anyway, so I'm not sure. Not sure. And then I noticed this. I did not know that this actually gave you vision, the Vanity Layer Hunter Cap. So this actually gives you 1 vision. I never knew that. Never knew it. So, okay. I think that's it. Yeah. I did notice that we picked up this great axe. I wish I had somebody that was good with an axe, but my only two two-handers are Serlo and Hannelore. Maybe I could give something like that to Rosalind, but he doesn't even... I haven't given him the Axe Mastery. Maybe that's something I should give him. Looks like we'll be keeping that. So, I don't know. It was just a thought. I saw it and thought maybe we could put it to use, but I guess not. Alright. Yeah, I'd really... Oh, you're kidding me. Well, there it is. At the behest of House Berengar, the Unwanted Ones confronted the armored ranks of the other houses, a seemingly insurmountable challenge. It was a hard-fought struggle against opponents trained, disciplined, and well-equipped, but in the end, you overcame the enemies of House Berengar and triumphed on its behalf. Well done, guys. Well, I guess it's here. It has finally come to us. Everybody is euphoric or eager, good spirits. Wonderful. Let's continue here. During the celebrations that follow, Sir Valdemar, one of the lesser members of House Berengar, suggests that you end the festivities early. Your men are getting too rowdy, and he's concerned that they may take advantage of his family's hospitality, walking off with silver plate or fighting with the staff. He notes that there has already been a broken window and points towards some broken glass on the floor. Oh, come on. We just ended an entire war, the war between noble houses, and you're worried about a silver plate or fighting with some staff member. Come on. Alright. You reply that although House Berengar was victorious, is also at this point much weaker and more vulnerable than ever. Now would be a foolish time to alienate friends. Exactly, or to make new enemies. Takes your advice to heart, and the celebration continues until done. Very, very smart. Good. I see that my head was in the right there. Whether they love us or hate us, everyone knows the Unwanted Ones now. Okay, it is customary you assemble your men to explain the company's next steps. A new ambition? What? Why do we want another ambition? Glorious? No. Your task... What is going on here? I thought the game would be ending. The crisis comes to an end with that, I thought. I'll take this, but what's happening? Do I have to camp in order to make this end? Let's head up to Mulchberg here. We can camp right here, actually. I just want to see if maybe this... Nope, it does nothing. 35, time to get moving. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. We're gonna keep going. At least I can get away from this place now. I'll head maybe... Which way should we go? The world is open to us now. I say maybe we go over this way for a bit. Ah! There it is. There it is. Okay. I was gonna say, we'll continue playing until it pops up, but I was pretty sure it should be popping up any time now. Maybe it was noon? Is that what happened? So you're in your tent when Sycavold makes an entrance. Sycavold? Of all the people? Ah, I'm disappointed in that. Nobles be talking. Big fancy tents set up yonder and they're in there. Just talking. It's quiet, so they're either talking or killing one another real quiet like. Oh, okay, well, I won't read the rest of this, but they rolled up about an hour ago and checking the maps. We didn't want to bother you, but, well, they seemed intent on staying, so, you know. Alright. Yes. Well, who do you think won the war? Really, who gives a shite? I do not give a shite. Do you give a shite? Let's, remember this day. The Unwanted Ones brought the Noble War to a finish. I think this is only the second of 8 campaigns that I've brought to a finish due to the end of a crisis. This is not, I've done a lot more, but I mean for the channel. Anyway, and this is actually personally my first time going to the end of a crisis in Legends. I've never done that before because I've explained many times in the past that I just never cared to do it. For some reason, I liked playing the early stages of Legends just to kind of play around with it, but then I would just either give up, do something else, play another game, or go back to the normal Battle Brothers without Legends, without mods. In fact, I never really cared about too many of the mods for Battle Brothers. I think it's perfect the way it is, but Legends definitely brings in some good amount of content that you can't get within Battle Brothers, and I think that it fits very well. So, as for the first time I've actually ended a campaign, a crisis that is, in Legends, I think it went really well. There were some ups and downs, of course, but we've won. It doesn't matter how we got here. We have beaten the crisis, the first crisis at least. So, well, you know what this means. This has happened in the past, and I can't believe that this is only the second time that this has happened, but it's time to retire from mercenary life. We will end the campaign here. 285 points. Now, that is certainly due to the fact that Legends, there's no way I would have gotten that many points in a normal campaign. I don't think. I will take a look back at, I think it was my peasant militia that ended as well. And I don't know how many points that I had there, but I feel like it wasn't 200. So anyway, let's take a look at what some of the people, I won't read all of this, you can have the time to pause and read what you'd like, but I see the name Uck here, so let's see what Uck has been up to since ending the crisis, that is. So Uck the Daytailer retired from fighting immediately, it looks like, and well, he keeps working with his hands. Now he's back to laying bricks and carrying hay instead of slaying beasts and crushing heads. That's certainly Uck, the hammer. He took all his mercenary money to purchase a bit of land and settle down. While not the richest man, word has it that there is hardly a happier man in the realm. That's good. That is good to know. Of all the people, Uck, it's good that he saved up and settled down with that. Adventurousness never leaves the soul of a man like Bernfried, though. Bernfried came in as a noble to join us in ending that crisis, I believe. Instead of returning to his noble family, he left the Unwanted Ones and headed east in search of rare beasts. Word has it, he returned to town with the head of what looked like a giant lizard. Good work, Bernfried. But you don't believe such fantastical tripe. Yeah, that's true. But I'd believe it. Of all the backliners, Bernfried definitely seems like one that'd be able to handle himself. I'm sad to not hear anything about Rosalind, or particularly anything about any of you guys out there. Well, what we're gonna do, as I had in the past, is I'm gonna quit, which brings us back here, and what I'm gonna do is just load back up the from where we were, and we'll go through and take a look at everybody, take a look at the obituaries, and then we'll call it an episode, I guess. So let's start off. We'll just go right down the line and remember and look at some of the statistics of everybody. First up is Helena, the student. While walking about Königswasser, you run into an old man dragging a youthful man by the ear. Cool. Okay. Well, not a man, but that might be the issue. Was looking to take an apprentice, a male apprentice, and found out that well, wasn't the apprentice that they were looking for. So, all right, we'll take them in. Let's check him out. This is Helena the student. I guess she came in as Helena the student. I don't think I would have named her that, but she is an apprentice. I think that makes sense. So, Helena the student was with the company for 125 days. What day are we on? 132. Okay. So nearly the beginning. Helena the student took part in 102 battles and has 115 kills. And how many battles total did we? 109? 102. It looks like maybe 109. Yeah, I think it's 109 is the total. So yeah, she has been with us for nearly the beginning and has more kills than battles, which is really good. Good to hear. She reached level 12. We only paid her 26 per day at the end there. That's nothing. She was an integral part to the left flank here, and I think she should have earned a little bit more, but she's yeah, well welcomed into the Unwanted Ones. And then of course Rosalind the headhunter. Let's take Rosalind here. It's 200 more. Let's see who they are. Ooh, okay. Aww. Okay. So, was with the company for 119 days. Another one nearly just as long as the length of the campaign. 98 battles, 109 kills. Well done. He was, he vanquished Casper the Cutpurse. Bandit veteran. Alright. Glornt. Let's take a look at your face here. Oh my. If that isn't a Glornt, then I don't know what is. So, welcome Glornt. He joined us 100 days ago, took part in 83 battles and has killed only 45? That seems a bit... Oh, there we go. That seems a bit off, doesn't it? 45 kills. I was pretty sure he'd have a lot more kills than that, but perhaps he was more about softening the targets and not taking them out altogether. He was only getting paid 25 per day as well. Not too much. Not too much. These guys here, man. I mean, all of them certainly played integral parts in wherever they were standing or wherever we moved them to. Felt like they were necessary. They were necessary. They brought us all the way to the end here. So Glornt, was good to have you here with us. Uck. Likes wearing medium armor, can run all day, stout-hearted, is mountainous figure, and is stubbornly relentless. Axes, hammers, maces, and slings. Let's take him on. It's 400. He's coming in with a Gambison, so I don't need to necessarily just throw a t-shirt on him. And he could possibly just wield the hooked blade now. Let's take it. Was with us 119 days. Man, he was... I remember bringing him on board, giving him recover, crippling strikes, the rotation, and this was basically... I think I gave him onslaught because he had a lot of initiative. Yeah, he was somebody that I had no idea what to do with because he had poor melee defense, so he was just going to be on the back line. He has asthma, and he's cocky too. That fits pretty well. He did go down, and he's missing a nose now. Any of these guys, I don't think they went down. No, of course they didn't. But Uck definitely went down. I'm not entirely sure when he went down. He is missing that nose. I don't want to demask everybody just to take a... Oh, God. Lord. Just to take a look at what we've been missing out on. I do not remember some of these faces. It is crazy, isn't it? There they are, though. Roderick, the sergeant, going for a bannerman this early would be awesome. And is only 90? Yeah, I'm not even gonna think about that one. Now he came in. He was our monk. Came in. We immediately turned him into a sergeant, and he was the first sergeant. And then I think I passed it on to our medium, Glodescend. That's a name we haven't said in a long time. And yeah, he passed the sergeant sash on to her. And sadly, she had died. We lost one of our bannermen, and it was good to have Roderick as a backup, but it was kind of painful to see Glodescend go down. She also carried a warden, I think, too. So she was an interesting sister of the Unwanted Ones. But anyway, Roderick, well done. This was a lot of fun to have you as part. I got to play with some perks that I don't normally take. These Prayer of Hope. The bandages was pretty nice to have somebody to be able to bandage while in a zone of control. And bandaging allies that are in zone of control, I think is what that meant. So yeah. He was with us 130 days. Man, he was here since the very beginning. One of my first hires. 105 battles with 61 kills. Again, he was not the killer, but he definitely helped out in softening the enemies up as they advanced. Burnfried. What's this? I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Huh. I've never seen this before. You might as well join us, sure. Let's take a look at that mug. Normal looking guy. Nice beard. Burnfried had joined us 45 days ago. As I said, he joined us because of the crisis. He's a noble here. And he never went down or anything like that, no. But he does have this. Favorite enemy noble, so he killed 23 nobles. I don't think any one of them had that, though. No. No, we did not. So we'll keep an eye on that, too, that nice statistic. 23 enemies, killed 23 nobles overall. Pretty good. Pretty good guy here. 39 battles, 46 kills. This thing ended up taking some good kills with it, and I think there were a couple times where he took out more than one or two in one swipe. Pretty nice. Forian. And we're going to take Seawall right now. Yep, we're going to take Seawall. Now this guy came in, I don't remember what his name was before, and then we named him pretty late, actually. I think he came in, Forian joined us as another name, and then we named him later. 108 days, yeah, he's been with us for quite some time. 91 battles and 81 kills. The most powerful opponent he vanquished was Sir Man. What a name. What a name. Bandit Veteran. Bandit Veteran. Yeah, it seems that Bandit Veterans, there we go, were pretty high on the list of types of enemies that we've killed, so. Nice. Yeah. I really enjoyed our tactic of loosening some bolts and rocks and arrows into the advancing enemy, and then throwing our actual front line, our armored line and shield line, up in front of our back line. I really liked that, and I think it worked really well for this type of origin, the deserters, because we get to go first, we could lose some arrows in the first round before they got to move, or if they got to move, maybe I would wait sometime. So I don't really know if it worked out only because we were deserters. I think there were a few times where I got to let loose some arrows and take out some of their archers, their rangers, before they had a chance to take shots at us, and I think that might have helped out. That might have helped out in our favor. So there you go, Forian. Mogans. Mogans is one of the new brothers. Mogans the Hunter sounds like a good person to join us. I mean, it's late, but a ranged character is not that bad of an idea. They can sit wherever they want and just start firing. Sure, whatever. Look at that beard. Beautiful. He's only been with us for 15 days, took part in 14 battles and only 3 kills. He did take out a Billman, so that was certainly going to be a helpful kill there. This Hunter gets paid more as a level 5 than Forian at 10. Roderick at, look at that. He was not here for the money, right? So anyway, Mogan's a Hunter, definitely a good addition late in the game, but he was helpful. I think he was about 50-50 on average, but still pretty helpful. Maynard, well, I mean, with a name like Maynard, we'll take it. A bastard that showed up late in the game has, I believe I only picked him up because his name was Maynard. But with us for 24 days, took part in 20 battles, 14 kills. This guy, though he did not have many kills, it seems that it was less than 1 per battle. But there were definitely times where he played a major part on this flank, taking out an enemy with a headshot very quickly. That was pretty helpful. I had an interesting thought with him, giving him quick hands when I meant to give him backstabber, and then giving him quick hands, giving him backstabber later. I think there's something in this, but like this one is better for, it has a better chance of hitting with Impale, but I never used Smite, and I feel like this was something I missed out on. I should have probably used it, and then holding this pole hammer was probably not as helpful as I wanted it to be able to use batter or demolish armor. I basically just used the halberd instead of the pole hammer, and I think for a good reason. It was an increased chance to hit, so I think there's a good reason for that. Moving on to our front line, Arnold. Let's take a look at you. So he came in, we gave him the favored enemy noble. He took out 8 nobles, which isn't too bad at all. It seems like 8 kills, but 7%. Whereas Uck, no, it wasn't Uck. Roderick, Bernfried, who are you? 23 kills, but 12%. So it looks like Bernfried was taking out more like footmen and low level, whereas Arnold was taking out some pretty decent nobles, because he has 7% but only 8 kills. 7% across the board for melee skill, blah blah blah, as you can see here. So he did go down. That was very sad, very scary. But he got backed up with a weakened heart. I'll take it. I'll take it, Arnold. And Thurlow. Oh, that's right. Arnold. Forgot I didn't take a look at this. Arnold was one of the founders. So with us the entire time, of course. 109 battles total, 95 kills. Still pretty decent as being a tank. He's actually really really good at taking enemies out. I did have the chance to give him some melee skill because he had 2 stars here. And the 1-star melee defense, this thing really opened up his opportunity to increase his melee defense by quite a bit, right? But as being a deserter, you know, you do have pretty high melee defense. The big thing that's hurting you is the resolve. And I think fatigue can also be fairly low. But it looks like we were able to get those values up and really work on his resolve. That 1 star in his resolve helped him out quite a bit as being one of the founders and the deserter here. So that was a scary time, the weakened heart. But yeah. Also took out a bandit veteran. So interesting, it seems that bandit veterans rank higher than the nobles do. So that's an interesting thought there. Sturlo Strongface. Let's take a look at that Strongface. Ooh. Okay. Sturlo Strongface. I don't even think I'm going to try him out. I'm just going to hire him. We did see it recently, and I kind of laughed about it because they somehow ate through 345 durability on the head. Pretty difficult task there, but I think he must have taken a couple hammers to the head. And he lived up to his name, Strongface. But he does have Steel Brow, so I think, as I said, he lives up to that name there. So 11 hit points worked out really well. He joined us 61 days ago and took part in 54 battles and had 60 kills. And his most powerful opponent was Brolk Zogtar. I assume is one of the warlords for the orcs, I think is what that's called. I can't remember the actual name there, but yeah, Sturlo Strongface, great guy. Great guy, somebody you definitely want to have on your team. Samson the Best. Being the bottom rung of soldiering quickly makes it clear that your life is expendable. So he quit. He's looking to become something a bit more welcoming. Sellsword. That's, hey. Welcome. I'm not sure we'll be able to pull that off. Oh, and that thing is heavy, huh? 382 durability for that full male coit. Well, for everything, of course, but he is not messing about. He actually looks pretty similar to Glornt, doesn't he? Yeah, he's got that same face. I didn't realize that, but we've had his face covered up for quite some time. Samson the Best was with us since the very beginning. Took 2 days before we found him. He is a militia. And let's see here. Took part in 107 battles, so it looks like we had 2 battles before he joined in, or I don't think we would have left him out for a couple battles. So in the first couple of days, it seems that we had 2 battles. And has 124 kills. I think that might be the most. We'll have to take a quick look around, but I think he has the most out of everybody, and he probably has approaching the highest ratio, kill to battle ratio. Definitely somebody you want on your side. I think that 3-headed flail in combination with Berserker and Killing Frenzy went a long way. Of course, he was one of the people that took Second Wind before I realized what Second Wind actually was. I don't think I'll be taking it much more after that, but Full Force is something interesting, actually. I don't know if I took this knowingly, or if it was one of those heavy, one of those perks that I just grabbed wanting to try it out, but Honestly, I think it's pretty good. 33 plus 17. Probably could have put some heavier armor on his head. But that's already 50. Plus 14 and another 10. So that's 74. Wow. 10% of that is just 7. So it's not actually even that good. I guess if I took everything off, it would be... For some reason, it still says 38 instead of 30. 75, 95. I wonder, is there something else that's going on here? I don't know. Oh, maybe, yeah, double grip, that's what's going on. Okay. Yeah, that drops it down quite a bit. Alright, that makes more sense, but, whoops. Yeah, gained about 7 more. I think full force is, you don't really get the full force of full force if you're not taking muscularity at the same time. I think it's probably best to try to pair some of these together. And I don't really go for that all that often, but as you can see here, he doesn't have the hit points really to make muscularity the best either. So maybe someday in the future I'll try to min-max a little bit more, but I kind of like the way the game plays when you're not just focusing on how to build somebody from level 1 all the way to level 11. I think it's better to just go with the flow of the game. Hey, I need this for an upcoming battle. I think this is going to be helpful. We're going into a swamp. You know, things like that. I think that's a more fun way to play the game. But anyway, let's move on. Anna, our survivor. Anna, that would be cool, but I mean, it's so cheap. Let's see about. I don't want to hire her just to go over there and come back. So we'll check to see if she's back, if she's there still. I'm gonna head back to Earl's Fells. And I'm hoping to find that hire again, because I think she'll be pretty good, and she's really cheap. Anna, for 216, 11, I really wanted to find some poachers, but I think this one's worth... That one's worth the trouble. Going down, getting back up with a broken elbow joint. Scarred. Missing an eye. Traumatized. She also has favored enemy noble, killing 6. And again, yeah, she seems to have some pretty high statistics here with just 6 enemies killed. So I wonder what that actually means. Maybe it's supposed to be 555 first, and then you're adding. That might be what it is, because none of them are below 5. And I see now up here it says grants 5% bonus to these, and then you get those on top. So it's actually only 8 kills gave him 2% and not 7. And 23 kills gave him 7%. So I think I see that's what's going on here. I've just been reading that incorrectly. So back to Anna, our survivor. Man, she's still smiling though, guys. Still smiling. Happy to be part of the Unwanted Ones. I never got to really use the poisoned oil, and I kind of disappointed in that. I wanted to be using it, and I feel like there was certainly opportunities to use it, and I decided, nah, I'll skip out, because I didn't want to use it and then it never actually worked, and now it's gone. But honestly, it's better to use it rather than just let it sit in your pockets and weigh you down. So yeah, 109 days, so she's been around for quite some time. She's a pickpocket. I think I remember bringing her along where we got her. 92 battles, only 37 kills, but she ended up just being more of a tank or a target and that would just put her in harm's way, and for some reason she just kept getting back up. It seems that the most powerful she vanquished was a necromancer. Maybe something something came from that, and that's why she kept getting back up. Maybe there's something in there. Sicklevold. And now I'm gonna hire Sicklevold because I've got that money. And he's a raider, certainly an unwanted one. He's coming in at level 4. So I don't even care what he has. He should be fairly decent. Let's take a look at him. Sicklevold. Nice long wavy hair on him. He joined us 4 days ago, and he seems to know more about what's going on than everybody else. And he's a raider of all things too. I find that strange. He's still a little hurt from the last battle. 4 days, 6 battles, and 4 kills. Okay. The most powerful he vanquished was a Wiederganger. Nice. Cabo. Cabo. Cabo? Cabo. I don't know how you would say that. I have a lot of money. It's a bastard. Comes in at level 3, which is kind of good, actually. Let's try him out. Cabo was one of those guys. Yeah, he's a bastard that we picked up 21 days ago. But because he came with, I think I just picked him up to fill in a spot. I saw a bastard sitting around, and you know, let's pick him up for the money. Probably was pretty decent. Came in with 3 stars in melee defense, and in fatigue, and in resolve. But he's craven and superstitious and a dastard. Really, the worst kind of brother to have. All of these things really aren't going to help anybody on the front line. Always content in being in reserve twice. -10 resolve. -10 resolve for fear. And we'll always start in wavering. And this was kind of something we had a problem with. We had I feel like we had a lot of dastards, or we just constantly started in wavering morale. And I never really took the advantage of, hey, let's throw up the battle standard and rally in the very first turn. I think that probably would have helped us in a lot of battles to rally the troops before in that first round when we get to go before them. So I feel like I probably should have done that more often. Kestrel, another one of our founders. Let's take a look at you. I don't remember that at all. Man, these faces, they've been covered up for too long, huh? And Kestrel, yeah. Oh, right, this is what I want. 27, so he has increased by 8%, 27 enemies killed, or nobles killed. Well done, sir. So he became a noble killer, that's for sure. Also dexterous, so that helped out quite a bit. But the 2 stars in melee skill, 1 in fatigue, even though it felt like it was probably because I put so much effort into getting his resolve up that it took a long time to get his fatigue up to snuff too. But it was skillful stacking in the end that really helped him. I mean, of course, when we have that helmet on. So he was in the 50s, I think. So he was in the 50s for a very long time. I think even in the 60s near the end, when I finally got him skillful stacking, he hit 70 for the first time in 132 days probably. So 109 battles, 136 kills. So there it is. It's actually Kestrel that has the most kills over Samson. Samson was with us for 107. So it was going to take him some time to catch up, but I'm pretty sure Kestrel was ahead for a long time, and Samson was just not able to catch up. I think so. Yeah, with 2 stars here versus the 1, he did eventually catch up, it seems, but maybe it just took him a little bit longer. I'm not sure. Not sure. But anyway, he wasn't asking for too much money either. 28 daily. And again, Bandit Veteran. What about you? Bandit Veteran. Wiedergänger, yeah. Yeah. So it was good to have you, Kestrel, as always. Hannelore the Skull Crusher. We do have a female militia. I think you are worth checking out. And you're coming in with some gear. Let's see what you got here. She was a lot of fun. She was a lot of fun. It was great to be able to play with some perks that I don't typically put on a 2-hander, for instance, but to have the pole hammer, a shield, and the war hammer, and of course a 2-handed hammer with bags and belts. It was kind of unfortunate. She does have quick hands. Well, I just never gave that to her, but honestly, I could do this after swinging. Swing the hammer, bring the shield up, and then she was fine. And then in the next round, you know, it was as easy as bringing the hammer back out and swinging it again because of clarity. That was a lot of fun to be able to play with that a bit more, to understand what I'm actually doing with clarity. I think clarity became more clear once I had a sister that was able to do something like this. It was also very fun. Somebody over here, was it you? Yeah, you. Rosalind was able to just run out because of that extra action point. He could go out 5 hexes on like clear flat hexes instead of just 4. And that's a big difference. I think in the future, if I'm looking to get clarity, I'll try to get Pathfinder on them too, if they have that available. And that's probably going to be a very fun... Yeah, Rosalind also had Pathfinder. So he was able to run pretty far in the forest as well. So that's a pretty big deal, honestly. I can see why, you know, clarity is not going to be in actual Battle Brothers, the vanilla, because it is such a big perk. One additional action point goes a long way. You can do a lot of things with that. Wall room, our wall on the right flank, or farmhand. Yeah, let's do this. He has he never went down. Let's take a look at you. 131 days. He was with us from the very beginning. 106 battles versus 109. He must have sat out. Who was it? Who was it over here? You. 107 for 130, 131, and 106. So Walrum must have sat out of a battle. At least one battle, but looks like we picked him up on day 2, and he took out 65. Not too bad with, honestly, 48 melee skill. That's not bad at all. 106, that's more than 50% of the battles he took somebody out, on average, that is. And that right there, 335, 320, 67% of armor, of incoming damage to armor. That's a 33% reduction. Not bad. Not bad at all, Walrum. He's our farmer, of course. We remember that forever because of the helmet that he had. He liked it. Kept the sun out of his eyes, right? Yeah, not bad at all. He killed Donatus the Free. I want to say Donatus the Free, was he somebody that killed one of ours? We'll have to take a look. Try and remember that name. Viriato Olusitano. I do want to check out Aros. He's a druid. Gathering, hunting, scouting. Some people flee from town to town. Others stop in between, disappearing into the tranquil forest. Aros once found a safe register amongst the trees, but that time is over. Colorful and permanent ritual rites circle around his body. When asked why he wishes to join a band of mercenaries, he hoots and, with a crooked finger, replicates one of his fleshen arts across the sky. Let's just do it. Our druid that came in 57 days ago, he never killed anybody. He only helped. He joined the team to be a helper. Took part in 50 battles, never a kill. He did actually start swinging the loot at the end. I put him in that situation, you know, let's just give it a shot, right? But 19 melee skill, not so much. Not so much at all. A lot of hit points and a lot of fatigue though. So, Viriato, it was great to have you. And it was great to learn about Lusitania a little bit more, learn about the history, and of course, when we go to the obituaries, there's somebody else that's important there too. So he did like the money though, didn't he? 42 daily. And finally, oh man, Eberict. I mean, a Beast Slayer. I think we spent enough money on hiring. I was thinking of Eberict because I don't really hire Beast Slayers all that often. And as I had said, somebody had said, you know, Beast Slayers are decent, and I agree. But by the time that I have the money to hire a Beast Slayer and I find a Beast Slayer, I'm already kind of looking for something else. So in this case, he's coming in at level 3. We've got plenty of money here. Let's just hire him up and see what he can do for us. If you're still here, if anybody is watching it at this time, let me know. Let me know how you're enjoying this. This is, I feel like this is a fun way to end a series. And it's good to look back and learn about each brother and sister along the way. So Eberict came in 60 days ago, 52 battles, 38 kills, and he took out a bandit veteran as well. This was another one of those really fun builds that I never really go for, but Onslaught was something I was actually having a lot of fun with across the board. We had a few people with Onslaught, and it worked really well with Overwhelm. When we could stack Baffled and Overwhelm was really nice. It hurt them quite a bit mentally, so it was a really fun type of build. A throwing brother, really light. The net casting was a kind of a wasted perk. I probably would have rather just give him net repair, and because it seems like, yeah, the 10% melee defense was going to be a much better thing than a wasted perk anyway. And he'd be able to fix it too. So I had a lot of fun with this. This was a really interesting build that I never get to do very often. That sprint at the end was huge. It uses 5 action points. So really, he was able to get into a position and still throw a javelin. And that's what I was having a lot of fun with. It did build up quite a bit of fatigue, 25 plus 12, so that's 37 fatigue in one go. But if I gave him something like recover, he'd be able to do sprint, throw, sprint, throw, sprint, throw, and then recover for a turn. And he'd be doing pretty good, so I think if I gave him a lot more fatigue, that would probably be pretty helpful. And yeah, just in general, really fun brother. He did not have dodge. That was one thing that it always seemed like there was one perk for almost everybody that I thought, you know, it would be good if they had that. But Ebrecht, if he had dodge, maybe I'd be a bit more forward with him. A bit more aggressive. So, alright. Let's, one last time. Obituary. We'll start at the bottom. Antara Ibn Shaddad. Oof. Yep. Done. Too late now. Because I've got somebody that's looking for a nomad, and oof, this guy's actually a great fit for you. So let's welcome in. I'm hoping that I say this correctly. Antara Ibn Shaddad. And this is a real historical figure from the Middle East, and I love it. This is perfect. So Antara Ibn Shaddad was a pre-Islamic historical figure. He was a knight and also a poet. I was so excited about Antara, learning about the poet. He was a nomad. It was so great to have him on board, and it was so terrible to see him go down, clubbed to death by a brigand thug. Ended up being a very strong brother, but it was really unfortunate to see him go away so quickly. Antara, you have been missed. Jamie the Golden Hand. Let's take Papo. As well, he was a thief and was super. I believe he was pretty super. Yeah, okay, here we go. 21 kills in 19 battles. He was going to be really good. He was going to be good. And he died. Chopped up by a brigand thug. I was a bit sad, a bit worried about how this was going when I kept losing named brothers very early on, but we pushed through. Anton, our founder, I believe it was Anton, right? Yeah, it was Anton, the founder. He died on his 69th day, 52 battles, 51 kills. I think he was another one of those that I didn't really know what to do with him, but I gave him that reach polearm. No, not polearm, sorry, the flail, the reach flail. And it was so much fun. And that's when I was having a lot of fun with Anton. I think it was Anton and Uck that was doing that. And I also gave one to Helena. And it was so much, so great to be able to take heads out from the back line and still have shields on the front line with swords and whatnot. So it was great. Chef Rashara Bloodeye. I think I'd rather take you. Dastard. So you're always going to start at wavering, but you don't take morale checks if you're losing hit points. You also have some melee defense. This is cool, and that's cool. These are all interesting things we might be able to use. Rishara Bloodeye. We'll take you two. Killed by a Billman. I believe, yeah, we had just started making you a chef, and we lost her, unfortunately. Igor. And I want to just check you out real quick. Oh, man. Yep. We're going to take you too. Igor, man. I'm sorry to see you go so quickly. 28 days. 24 battles, 17 kills. He was our first. I think he had a two-handed. What was it? Was it an axe or was it a cleaver? I want to say it was a cleaver, but I don't remember. Taken out by a master archer. That was really sad. That was hard. to have a master archer take you out so quickly. Of course, donkey. No, that sounds too familiar to something really dumb. Okay, looter. We'll take looter. He was with us for 13 days. Oof. Yep. Fengar Fireforge, our Night Slayer. With just one hand, the Caravaneer punched his boss and grabbed his wages, and then he ran away. So I assume he deserted. He seems like a pretty good fit for us, actually. Let's hire him. He joined as just a, really? I thought he was a raider. I guess I built him as a raider, but I'm pretty sure that I was pretty sure that he was a raider. I guess maybe I'm thinking of Borgar. That might be what's going on. But Fengar Fireforge, he was a named character. I just didn't have the space for the asterisks anymore. But 102 days. He was with us from the very beginning as well. One of the first hires that we had. Taken out by a standard bearer of all things. Ugh. Man, that's unfortunate, but had a good amount of resolve, was one of our few that had good resolve from the beginning, and a lot of fatigue. I guess he wasn't as good as I thought. What was he? Did he have a flail? That might have been what was making him really decent. Might have been the flail. It could have been an axe, though. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. Glottisand arouses loyalty in people and seems unflustered. Glottisand appears distant, barely conscious of the outside world. There's a whole universe unfolding behind those eyes, and at times the trance drives limbs to move and utterances to swell forth. It can be unnerving, but at times the serenity, oh boy, of it all soothes you and draws you into the trance state. I'm going to take her because I'm very interested to seeing what they do, and let's just do it. She was our bannerwoman, Glottisand Death Speaker, a medium that we actually weren't supposed to, like, Legends does not allow you to hire mediums anymore, and because I have an older version, I was able to hire her. But in the future, I'll be updating, and then there's another mod that we'll be bringing in. So more Burga. You're cocky and superstitious. I think this is just a cursed run. I kind of want to test her out because I'd like to get more, right? I really do want to get more of these. Okay, yeah. Hired. That was also pretty sad to see her go. She was a fantastic archer. Fantastic. Going really fast. I think it would be great to be able to see more information, but this is actually really good. I wish they would do something at least like this in normal, in vanilla Battle Brothers, but Deathard. Yep. Okay. You're from Ursfels. Yeah, you might as well join us. We can take a look at you. What's your name? Deathard. Yep. Remember Deathard? He wasn't with us for very long, but he had a lot of potential. Borgar, the Old Guard. A raider. Let's try him out. Definitely an unwanted one. An aptitude for axes, polearms. Oh my god. Polearms, great swords, and throwing weapons. This looks like somebody that would be of interest to us. Kind of want to just get him. done. Sad to see you cut down by Radolf the Unmatched. Is that the guy I was just thinking about? I don't think so. I knew there was one that was at least taken out by a leader, but I don't think it was that same leader that we killed with what's his name? Burned. We'll try. Oh. I'm gonna say, we'll try them out. That one actually looks pretty decent. You're bright. Yeah, this one's actually pretty decent. 3 stars in melee defense. I don't care about this. 2 stars here. You're clumsy, which is a pain, and you're gluttonous. That's whatever, but we'll take you. Burned. He was so good. I was having a lot of fun with Hold the Line and Faste You Bastards. He was really good. He ended up being a really huge part of the team. And when he went down, like, I felt that impact. He was a historian. Level 9 historian. I guess they can level up pretty quickly, but man, he was great. He didn't have to do too much. Like, he didn't take out many enemies. 7 kills. That says quite a bit there. But 54 battles, 63 days. He was an integral part, and it was sad to see him go down. And finally, Otto the Cannibal, no kills, cut down by a footman. Yeah, he came in and left pretty quickly, but I was kind of okay to see him go down. It wasn't anything that there was no attachment there at this point. So, you know what? I might hire you only for that hat. That will now conclude the Unwanted Ones. So I have some ideas for a future series, but I can't promise that it's going to be Battle Brothers. I don't want to say that and make anybody out there who is still watching. By the way, if you are still watching, you are the ones that I make this series for. Alright, you guys ending the series right to the final last drop of the series, the last seconds. Thank you. Thank you for your support, for the comments, for the likes, for everything along the way. Thank you. I want to continue playing Battle Brothers, and I will continue playing Battle Brothers, but there's a few other games that I'd like to bring to the channel. And since this just ended, I will put it to a vote. And there's a couple games that might be different than this type of game, and then another that might be similar to this. But I want to get some feedback, so please let me know. You guys are the ones that I make Battle Brothers for at this point. So again, thank you. Well, let's end it here. And call it an episode, call it a series. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you enjoyed this type of episode. It's a lot of talking, and I apologize if it's different and it's too different, but I hope you enjoyed it. You can please let me know in the comment section or by leaving a like. And as always, thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next one.